Welcome to the Tech Show, where we've got lots and lots of exciting stuff, including the Atherton's S150.
Yes, we've got new German steel from Sauer Bicycles and an inverted fork from EXT.
Ooh, and we've got a new Cane Creek shock as well, and much, 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 much more.
Okay, it's the time-old debate, RockShox versus Fox, SRAM versus Shimano. Is one better than the other? Is it all about personal preference? Well, before we get into that, let's do a little bit of a blind test and see if you can tell the difference.
Ooh.
Okay, first bike, Owen. You look
Okay, I'm ready. Ready?
Yeah. You're near it. You're near it. It's here. Right. I'll give you a little bit of audio. That's the bike. You're non-drive side.
Non-drive side. Okay.
There you go.
Right. Oh, we're not allowed to.
You can only touch the levers. I want you to guess what the brakes are.
Oh, that's quite hard.
Maybe try the shifters over on the other side. Tell us what that is, and then the suspension. Ooh. And you can have a bit of a bounce in it, but don't touch it.
It's got dropper post. That's good, right?
Yeah.
We'll have a bounce. This is really hard to get on a bike without being able to. Ah, that's a flat pedal. Yeah. Okay. Right.
Come on, brakes first.
Oh, brakes. Right. I'm going just off the lever waggle.
Yeah.
And the indents on the lever shape.
Yeah.
They're quite far out. Is that?
Don't you touch too much.
No, I'm just touching. So, okay. Those are Shimano, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, and then yes.
Yeah,
feeling the gear shifters, right?
Yeah, what's the gear shifters?
Yeah, that's Shimano too. That's very nice.
Okay, and suspension. Give it a bounce.
I haven't got.
Give the front end a bit of a squish.
No,
come on. What is it? Take a stab.
RockShox. There's no way of telling without seeing.
Right, next bike. Bike number 2. Very different sound.
Oh, that is.
Right, here it comes. Over to you now. There you go. Don't you touch anymore. That's it.
Oh.
Right, come on. Brakes.
Well, okay, that's a very different lever.
Yeah. Have a sit on it. See how you feel.
I think I'll have a.
Give it a squish.
Oh. Well, I mean, the back feels essentially exactly the same. And the front feels...
like it goes up and down.
I think you've nailed it. That's exactly how it feels.
What brakes are you on there?
Can I touch the lever clamp?
Yeah, go on then.
Oh.
That's enough.
Okay, right.
Pushing you for answer.
It's SRAM.
It's SRAM.
SRAM brakes, yeah. Oh. And SRAM gears. We've got push buttons.
Nice.
Right.
And shocks are...
What did I say last time?
You said RockShox.
I mean, maybe you're tricking me. Maybe these are RockShox too. Maybe it's like a double. They feel exactly the same, so... So
it's based on 0?
Based on 0, to be honest. They feel as lovely as the others do, so yeah. That's my final answer.
They're on RockShox.
All right, there we go.
Okay, that was fun, but it wasn't conclusive.
No, wasn't the knockout blow for one or the other. Lots of fun.
Yeah, play it in your garage. But yeah, it wasn't conclusive. So we've got to get into it. Let's start with RockShox versus Fox.
Yes.
Who's winning?
Well, I mean, they're both titans. They're both really big players. And yeah, we did a bit of kind of research to see how big they are in regards to how many forks they offer. And surprisingly, RockShox offer 19 different forks, which is a huge range.
Yeah.
And, well, Fox only offer 8. So you could say that RockShox there is the winner because they do more. But I think it's more nuanced than that because the range of bikes in terms of price point is different for RockShox than it is for Fox. The sort of starting point, end point is about the same. Really, really expensive for the top end stuff. But it's interesting to think about who pioneered what first because it looks like on paper that, well, Fox got in there with lots of early stuff. They did live valve really early, which was like this wired electronic system where it
But that's wired, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so then they got gazumped.
Yes.
Yes.
By a flight attendant.
Yeah.
Which just like did what it was going to do, which is now the newer Fox live valve, the Neo stuff, where it doesn't have any wires or cables. So yeah, RockShox kind of gazumped Fox then.
But I happen to know, because Josh behind the camera told me earlier on, that RockShox were already wireless with the dropper post.
Yeah, which only now Fox Neo super duper dropper post, which was quite expensive, is very expensive, is only now doing. But they did prove where the battery is. So will we see RockShox matching them?
Yeah, but it took them 5 years to catch up. So is that a difference?
I mean,
RockShox quicker to the market?
I mean, yeah, that's valid. There is 5 years of difference. I think that's one thing that's interesting, is that we can mark these kind of like chunks of difference. But when you look at the suspension stuff specifically, a lot of similarities come out in terms of in silhouette. They're not using any kind of wild linkage fork like Trust or anything like that. Pretty much air, oil, regular kind of round. They're not inverted or anything like that, not an upside down fork, although both I think have tried them in prototype form. And like how you set them up is pretty simple as well. You just stick a shock pump on them and play with the sag. So whilst they're really different, you get this gazumping of each technology, we've ended up with a product, okay, that has gotten incrementally better, is essentially sort of the same.
They're very similar, and not only in the blind test, but when you look into the details too.
Oh, yeah,
maybe it just comes down to which logo you like the most.
Well, it could do. So I guess that's a good point to move on to the other big title fight, which people argue about endlessly, which is SRAM or Shimano. I guess we can start with brakes, because there were big differences there with SRAM, which was Avid for those old enough to remember. And for a long time, SRAM stuck with dot fluid, which was like higher boiling point, bit more performance, bit more maintenance when you've got dot, because it can absorb moisture over time. And Shimano used mineral, and has used mineral for, well, since its first 4-pot brake ages and ages ago. So there was a difference there. I guess lever design, that's changed a little bit between the two of them, but that big change was mineral versus dot. And now SRAM started to bring out, at first it was sort of the entry-level brakes. I think the DB8s were mineral oil, and it was like, oh, what does this mean? And it was sort of like, no, it's just at the entry level, nothing to see here. There's still big differences between our brakes. And then they brought out that Maven, this like super powerful brake that we saw downhill racers move from these monster 220 rotors down because they were so powerful. Well, that also uses mineral. So it feels like there's a sort of like merging there too.
Just so I've got a quick point of reference.
As
a trials rider coming to this, what is in a Magura brake?
Royal Blood.
Royal Blood.
Which is mineral.
Mineral, okay.
Yeah.
Trials riders, we were basically Magura brakes and no gears. Uncharted territory for me here.
All right. Well, okay. Well, we can.
So
continue
everyone's on mineral
further.
now. Yeah, gears. Take me through the gears.
Okay, so you just had the one gear.
One, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you were like early adopter of one by early on.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
You're right.
But what was cool is I think lots of people were sort of hacking and bodging, which I believe is a term that you use on one of your shows.
It's been used.
To make these one by things, but it was 2012 when SRAM made one by.
And that changed everything.
Oh, it was. It was hugely game changing.
They own that.
They do.
That.
Yeah, because Shimano was still putting out, like, they'd got a new iteration of like a new front mech, I think in 2012, and even up until like maybe 2014, they were still pushing out, here's our new special, and it needed a different cable routing, all this jazz, and some bikes got it, and then they kind of realised, actually, you know what, front mechs are just a bit aren't they?
Yeah, well, triple chain rings up the front. When I first came into mountain biking, they were like luxury, they looked so cool. But as time went on, they just, as soon as one bike came, it was like, there you go.
It was overnight.
Because every time we simplify the mountain bike, it improves.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, even with one by, like, Shimano have then kind of like moved to match where SRAM is. And they kind of took a while to go one by, dedicated one by, because they did kind of like 2x11 and weird stuff like that. But they are now 1x12. But even then, there's subtle differences. So SRAM is, I think it's like 1050 versus Shimano's 1051. So it's kind of one better.
Hang on, we're back to the RockShox versus Fox argument here. So we're sounding very similar. Maybe we're just at a point where all of those brands are converging as an ultimate product.
Yeah.
You know, like the products are so good now, the differentiator is hard to find.
Well, like with that cassette, it's one better. So, opposed to being a 10, it's now an 11, isn't it? So it's one better. I feel like this is kind of a good time to ask everyone out there, because I feel like everyone is going to have an opinion on what they think is better. Are you a RockShox or Fox person? Maybe a Suntour person? Let us know in the comments. Are you a SRAM or are you a Shimano person? Again, let us know in the comments. We dive in there regularly, so yeah, join the debate there.
Magura all the way! First up in the news, Black Friday, isn't it? Coming up.
Yeah.
The Black Friday sale is already on in the GMBN store.
Ooh,
right,
right.
so don't
Okay.
miss out on this. There's some amazing deals. Go in and have a look at all the discounts. And I happen to know that there are extra further reductions in there and coming as we get closer to actual Black Friday.
Okay, nice.
Do not miss out on some of these deals. Yeah.
There you go.
Right, tell me about this Atherton's bike, new 150, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is another S-Series bike. So we saw the first S-Series. This is their subtractive, as they're calling
Yeah.
it, opposed to additive. So it's the aluminium one. And we've got a flag. They're not cheap. They are reasonably expensive.
Nice Christmas present.
Very nice Christmas present. They are handmade in North Wales, though.
Yeah.
So they are, engineered to precision. Effectively, we've got machined lugs, and then we've got bonded in tubes, which means they can use a stronger tube.
Yeah.
And they don't have to butt it because the way it bonds in, they've got this
Yes.
special double overlap shear joint, which is very clever if you're an engineer, get really nerdy. There are some other changes from the additive made bike, so the World Champ DH winning bike. Opposed to using the DW6, it uses DW4 linkage, so slightly different. This one is 150mm, as the name would suggest. It's MX wheel size only. 64.5 degree head angle, 77.5 to 79.5 seat angle. The reach runs from 415 to 525. And this is the bit normally where I say, in 4 sizes or 5 sizes. Ooh. 12 sizes.
12
Atherton's do things
sizes.
differently, and they've got 12 standard sizes, which is a wild range. I don't think you'll be able to fall in between sizes with that much range. It's lab tested to a Category 5 EFBE test, so that's like a DH level. And then it's also been tested in probably the burliest bike park in the UK.
By definitely the burliest riders.
Pricing starts from £4,499 and then slightly different for euros and dollars, but yeah, available now. Very interesting.
Very nice. Oh, I've been looking forward to this bit.
Yeah?
Sour bicycles, funny, they make me laugh.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah, I just love all of their marketing spiel. It's brilliant, it's so fun, and their bike names are the best ever. Tell me about the new one.
Well, this is only the crumble, because they have got some really fun names out there.
Yeah.
Space Cake, Clueless, Purple Haze.
Cowboy Cookie.
Yeah, they've got it all.
Love it.
Okay, so last week we saw the pasta party. And this week we're just kind of touching on the crumble. So this is another steel hardtail, another made in Germany steel hardtail. So this one's built around a 134. You can go as low as 120 and up to 140. This new version has got all external cable routing. They've got lighter tubing. They've got a 044, 056 head tube, which sounds a bit nerdy and boring, but it means you can run lots of different options of headsets and potentially even some angle sets. It's got the SRAM T-type rear dropout ready already, 4 sizes, head angle with a 130 fork is 65 degrees, 75 degree seat angle. You've got 4 sizes with a reach running from 451 to 491. And yeah, just touching on that cable routing, it's basically bolt on. So you can have it, if you're running axis, you can make it look super clean. But if you want to run mechanical, can do. €1,099 for a steel hardtail.
Not bad at all.
No, made in Germany. Okay, we've had German stuff. Now
Yes.
we've got jazzy Italian stuff.
Ooh,
We've got-
EXT Bling.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, they've got the new Via. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Yes.
Let us know in the comments if it's wrong. An inverted dual crown fork.
Yeah.
I know, it's what you really wanted, wasn't it?
Pretty.
It is pretty. It's very boutique. And yeah, I guess the brief headline point is we've got an inverted chassis with 38.5mm stanchions, so pretty burly, but inverted. 170mm to 200mm, and you can change it between 10mm increments. Sliding bushing system. This sounds, I don't know, a bit odd, but when you kind of look at it and understand it, it's really clever. And it means that there's more bushing overlap all the way through the fork sort of cycle. So it means that it should stay stiffer all the way through, which is always kind of what some people say about inverted forks is they're not as stiff. Alloy tubes and crown with titanium hardware. Another clever feature here is the adjustable 2-position crown or offset. So essentially it's got offset cups within the crown, and it means you can run a 44mm offset or a 48.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Also available in 2 axle sizes, so 15 or 20mm. It isn't a light fork, but it's big and burly, so 3.1 kilos is, I feel like, acceptable. And pricing starts from $2,250 or €2,115. So spendy.
That offset is being able to tune that is a really important point because it's amazing the difference offset makes when you move it around. I've had that experience myself on,
course.
on the tandem.
Yes.
And it was unrideable, changed the offset, and it was rideable. It made that much difference.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Insights. New Crane Creek shock here. This is the Kitsuma rear shock. It's been updated, so it's a twin tube setup, so that means it should have better damping. Now, the exciting bit is it's got new dials. And we touched on kind of things being turned up to 11.
Yeah.
This one has got 11 positions for low speed compression, rebound, high speed compression, and high speed rebound. So there's loads of adjustment. This is the key bit though, is they've now got laser etched numbers on the dials. Because previously they've got these really cool dials where you didn't need tools, but then you'd almost have to take a picture of where all of these dials were. There's like 6 individual dials. But now, no need to, because you can just match your numbers. 3-position climb switch, which is quite nice. So you've got an open climb and a full lockout. There's an air shock and a coil shock. So the air shock is 585 grams. The coil shock, pretty sure that this is without a coil, is 417. 2 colorways. There's the black and gold, and then there's also a Katsuma silver. No, so not Satsuma, just to be sure there. They are hand-built and dyno tested in Fletcher, North Carolina and USA, and they come with a 2-year warranty. And they start at $700, which is not bad for a made in the USA shock.
Yeah, well, I'll take your Satsuma and raise that with a new Def Grip.
Oh,
the very
I love
popular,
those films.
the very popular DMR Def Grip. Grip.
Right.
Has been updated to coincide with the release of Brendan Fairclough's Def Grip 2 movie.
He's done that well,
So we
hasn't
now
he?
have the Def Grip 2 grip.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
right.
so it's
not a movie special. Yeah.
No, it's a single clamp lock-on, tapered inner core, 3 compounds, hard, soft, and super soft, which is for race.
Right.
We've got thick and thin options, flanged and flangeless. End cap is now hard plastic, bar end, non-removable. Some cool colorways, including blue, marble, and gum. They're now longer, which is interesting. So for anyone who thought they were a bit too short before,
I thought they were a little bit
too short. Price £24 for the standard compound. The race, the super soft, is £27.
They are popular.
Nice. Now we mentioned our Black Friday sale, didn't we?
Yeah, we
on the
did.
GMBN store.
Yeah.
Well, PE's are also Black Fridaying.
Ooh.
Yes. 30% across the store.
Shivers.
Off. Yeah, very cool. Don't forget also, we've got a discount code as GMBNers. GMBN 20, which means you can get that little bit of discount if you put that code in on PEs as well.
That's very good.
Their sale launches on the 29th.
Gotcha.
So hold your horses.
Yep.
29th of November through to Cyber Monday on the 2nd of December. Look at these. I'll tell you something that is I do like. Outlier pedals.
They are an
These
outlier, aren't they?
are amazing. Yeah, so we've got...
I never thought we'd get a
The Void.
Malcolm Gladwell book reference in, but there you go, we have.
The Void, double-sided. I mean, it's just a really interesting idea for a pedal, that big hole in the middle. And then the Pendulum, you were pointing out, that's actually a one-sided pedal.
Yeah.
That basically sits low because the axle is not centered.
So it's
on the
like it
plate.
drops your bottom bracket by, however, is that what, 10 mil? That is interesting.
Yeah, that is
I
interesting.
mean, it would feel really nice if you had dropped, but then if you caught the wrong side of the one-sided pedal, then you, ooh.
I don't think you would. I think it would sit low no matter what.
Okay.
I think that's the idea. But it's
Okay.
pretty cool. Lewis Brakes have got a new product out that's not a brake.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Look
I mean,
familiar?
Lewis, we can touch on in terms of they've developed a brake that looked a lot like it was developed by somebody else. And there's a lot of history there, and there's kind of, yeah.
And now they've done a crank that looks a lot like that was done by somebody else.
Yeah, it does look a lot like somebody else's.
It's nice,
doesn't
though. It looks nice. Whether
Yeah,
it's
it
been,
does look nice,
hey,
yeah.
Nothing's new in this world, and that is a nice looking crank, I've got to say.
Yeah, it reminds me of something off a Mars lander.
Yeah, and let's just take a better look at that free ride bike that you do like. Because I was
like
dissing
it, it's great.
Yeah, so talk me through it. It is steel.
It's steel, it's high pivot, it's single speed. I think it's wicked.
Yeah, maybe it's just the paint job. I don't know, it just makes me feel slightly sick. But that shot, side on, I'd give it a super nice.
Oh, right, there you go.
Yeah.
I just think there's a lot of innovation in there and it looks super clean. Let us know in the comments what you think about those. Bonkers or brill?
Shall we do a quiz?
Yes, love a quiz.
Yes. Last week's question was Petey's Products was founded by and is named after which mountain bike legend? That's so easy. Steve Pete was the answer. Yeah. Although, great wrong answer from Drum Brakes. Petey's actually got its name after the founder developed a fondness for Talisker while filming on Sky with Dynamic. Talisker. What's that? How's Talisker?
A very good whiskey. Talisker, yeah.
Oh, as in Pete. Petey's.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause it's peaty.
That isn't true.
No, it's a great wrong answer. Lots of people got it right though, but I think, yeah, well done, Drum Brakes. Love that.
Talisker. Yeah.
Talisker, yeah, it's great stuff.
Tell I
Do you not have it?
No, I don't. I'm not a whiskey drinker, as you can probably tell at this point.
Well, that stuff, you just have, it's, amazing. Lots and lots of people got it right. So, right, this week's question, we've got another tough one.
I hope it's tougher than last week's.
What was the first ever RockShox suspension fork called? And what year did it come out? Bit of controversy already in the office about the dates on this one, so let us know in the comments.
I don't know the answer to that. Oh, actually, I do know the answer to that because it was also, here's a little hint, it was also the name of a bike.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you like that knowledge?
That's real good.
Fancy a top mod?
I'd love one, yeah.
Yes, okay, let me introduce you, Owen, to Owen.
Oh!
Another Owen. This is his Trek ticket.
Wow. Okay, that is quite a different bike. It's very much the alter ego of me.
You don't often see this much work go into a slopestyle bike, and a slopestyle bike looks so pristine.
No, it is.
This is
very clean.
Top end.
It is.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got to say, coming at a mountain bike from the angle I do through trials and small little bikes, this is beautiful. Except for the seat, it's beautiful.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with single speed. Oh, shivers. He's going to have a coaster rear hub as well.
Yeah.
My God, this is amazing.
Yeah, you want the coaster rear hub so you can do all the newfangled tricks, because all of them use the coaster.
Do they? Gee, okay.
Yeah,
that's
roll in backwards to
that
your 360
is a whole other episode. What he has done already, though, he's got a Fox 36, but he's gone down to 90mm of travel, which I don't think you can do with a 36. But he's using a RockShox air shaft, so I guess that's a really good one of example of where Fox and RockShox do feel different slightly, but you can almost literally mix them up.
We got there in the end.
Yeah, we did. We 3D printed it to make it all work, but that's to get him to 90mm of travel. He's done his own vinyls to make it kind of look his own. There's so many trick things on it. So yeah, thank you very much, Owen, for being my alter ego with a top mod. Wild stuff. If you've got top mods, send them in. We like seeing them, so the more the merrier, please. Comment section. This is one of my favourite parts of the show because, well, I love getting in there and chatting. And you do. I've seen you chatting in there as well. It's great. So if you've got comments about this show or any of the shows that we've done, just get in there. Join the debate.
Get involved. From last week's show, here's the question. Will your next group set be from Temu?
Oh, hotly debated. Very hotly debated.
Yeah, Alberty 2593 says, it's bang for your buck until it goes bang and you're bucked.
Ooh,
like that, that's good.
Lucical. He's got Shimano Q's 10-speed on his hardtail and it's flawless. He uses it for aggressive tech trails. $160 for a shifter derailleur, chain and cassette. Yeah, there is really good value from the bigger brands. I feel like there's more from Q's to come, so yeah.
Yeah, next one is from Derby Cyclist, and he says, I bought a set of carbon wheels from AliExpress for my trail hardtail. Was expecting them to break quickly, but 3 years later, they're still fine, and was quite heavy at the time, 89 kilograms. Yeah.
Fair play. That
sounds like he's lost a bit of weight riding those naff wheels.
Yeah, but that's good to know. Also, probably down to the build. So let us know who built them.
Is 89 kilograms heavy?
Relatively, yeah. I mean, it depends how tall you are. If you know.
Not very tall.
Okay.
About this high.
About that high. Yeah. No, it's fine. Snowman22ism. I just buy stuff from my local shop. I need them there, so I support them. I think that's
the way to do it.
That's a good way to do it.
That's how we all keep mountain biking in our lives. Support the local dealer.
Well, I loved all those comments, to be fair. I thought they were great. I mean, if you've got comments on last week's show, well, hopefully you've said them already. If you've got comments on this week's show, get into the comments. We'll join you there. Just dive in. And what are you looking forward to this week?
I'll tell you what, we have got, and you're going to need it, we've got a video on how to wash your bike.
Yeah, pretty claggy here in the UK.
We're all going to have to do it.
Yeah. And the other video, which I'm looking forward to, is the myths about carbon wheels and why they might not be true. So, yeah, lots to watch. If you've got any comments, join us. Join the debate in the comments.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.